What we did last week, Hannah just said, I don't remember anything we did last week. That's okay. We did back substitution. We're going to kind of review that a little bit right now. But you were given 3 equations. One had 3 variables. The second one had 2 variables. The last one had 1 variable. And then you just worked backwards to substitute in. We are going to do that same process today, but we have to get our equations to look like that. We have to get them in that form, because what we're going to be given right now are 3 equations with 3 variables, and we have to work, we got to manipulate them to get them to where we need to be. So if you look at these directions, this is how you do it. You're going to pick 2 of the 3 equations, cancel out 1 of the variables. This is now 1. Then you're going to do the same thing with a different one. Blah, 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 blah. Let me show you how to do it. Reading this is not going to make you understand this. So let's look at number 1. This is our first example. It says example 2. This is called Gaussian elimination. You don't need to know what that word means, but this is what this is called. What is super important? I need you guys to write this down, and I need you to remember this always. Using Gaussian, when we do this, the first equation, you always have to get your first equation to start with, we'll say, to start with a positive x, okay? If it doesn't, you can either manipulate it to move it to be. When I say manipulate, you can multiply or divide by a negative to get your x to be positive, or if it's not the first equation, you can move it up to the top. So when I look at this, right, the first rule is the first equation has to be a positive 1x. Look at this first equation. Does it start with a positive 1x? Yes or no? Yes. So that means we can begin just like we're just like it's given. So over here, I want you guys to start. You're going to have 3 equations in that little bracket once we get done here. You're going to have 1. The first equation is going to have an x, a y, and a z. The second equation is going to have a y and a z. And the third equation is going to say z equals. And then we're going to work backwards to figure out what the solution is. So what you're going to do, every time we're going to do this, guys, you're going to take the first and second equations. We're going to take these 2. So I'm going to write down x minus 2y plus 3z equals 9. My second equation is negative x plus 3y plus z equals negative 2. All right, we're taking 1 and 2, and we're going to eliminate the x's. If it just works out nice and pretty like this one does, that they just eliminate themselves, great. If not, we would have to do something to eliminate. But if I add down, what happens to positive x and negative x? They cancel out, right? So what's a negative 2y and a positive 3y? 1y. What's 3z plus 1z? 4z equals, what's 9 plus a negative 2, or 9 minus 2? 7. You have just created your second equation. So the first equation in our little bracket is the one that we started off with. X minus 2y plus 3z equals 9. Our second equation that we just created is y plus 4z equals 7. Does anybody have any questions about how we did that? First thing you do is make sure that your first equation starts off with a positive 1x. If it doesn't, you either move it to where it does, or you divide or multiply by negative 1 to make it have a positive 1x. Then you take the first and second equations, eliminate the x's. This gives you your second equation that just has a y and a z. So the last equation, our third equation, should have just what letter? The first one has x, y, z. The second one has a y and a z. What should the last one have? In order for us to be able to do back substitution. Just z, okay? So we have to do 2 things now to get that. It's a long process, but it's not anything you guys can't handle, I promise. So now, instead of the first and the second, I'm going to take the first and the third. So I'm going to write down x minus 2y plus 3z equals 9, and then 2x minus 5y plus 5z equals 17. Now I want my equation to just say z equals, so the first thing I have to do is eliminate my x's. What would I multiply the top equation by so I can eliminate the x's? Negative 2, I agree. So I have negative 2x. Negative and negative gives me plus 4y. Negative 2 and 3 gives me minus 6z equals negative 18. You guys agree? Okay, so now let's eliminate our x's. X's cancel out. I have negative 5y plus 4y gives me negative y. 5z plus negative 6 gives me negative z equals 17 minus 18, negative 1. You guys with me? Okay, now think back to what we want. We want the top equation to have 3 variables. We want the second equation to have 2 variables. What does the last one need to be? Just z. Do you have any idea what we might do to get the last equation to be just z? What do you think we should do with this equation and this equation? Can we combine them? Can we cancel them? Yeah. We now are going to take this first one that we made, y plus 4z equals 7. The second one we made, negative y minus z equals negative 1. And cancel out your y's. What happens to y? They cancel. What's 4z minus 1z? What's 7 minus 1? So what, guys, does z equal? So then I can write up here, well, z equals 2. Have we solved this equation yet? Do I know what x, y, and z equal? You guys can tell me what x, y, and z equal just by looking at this? What do I have to do? You got to do your back substitution. That's why we did it last week. So I know what z is. So I have my ordered triple. I know that z is going to be 2. Well, I got to plug back in and find y, and I got to plug back in and find x. So I'm going to take this 2. I'm going to put it right there. So I have y plus 4 times 2 equals 7. Y plus 8 equals 7. What do I do to both sides? Subtract the 8. Good. So I have y equals what? Negative 1. Very good. So my y value is negative 1. And then how do you think I find out what x is? The top equation. Yep. X minus, okay, 2 times negative 1 plus 3 times 2 equals 9. X plus 2 plus 6 equals 9. X plus 8 equals 9. What do I do? Minus 8 from both sides. So x equals what? 1. So my ordered triple, my x value, my y value, and my z value are right there. That is the answer to this question. This is the means to get you to the answer, but it is not the answer. So let's go back. We're going to have 3 equations. The first equation needs to be positive 1x. Once it is, you take 1 and 2, eliminate the x's. Then it gives you your y equation. Then you take 1 and 3, eliminate the x's. Combine the 2 y's, eliminate the y's, and you're left with just z. Long process, but nothing you guys can't handle. Anybody at home have any questions? No questions at home? Okay, let's go to the next one then. Okay, same problem. Same type problem, I should say. What is the rule? What's the rule? We have to start off with what? The first one has to be positive 1x. Is it? Yes or no? No. Can I take this equation and write it on top of this? Absolutely. So I'm going to rewrite this set of linears. X minus 2y plus z equals 8. It doesn't matter where you write the other two. Just make sure they're underneath it. So I'm going to write 2x plus y plus 3z equals 9. Negative 4x plus 3y plus 2z equals negative 4. Big thing you guys need to make sure of, make sure that you copy the problems down correctly. You don't know how frustrating that can be if you copy down one problem wrong and then you do the whole thing and it's wrong. So I need to get my equations to have 3 variables, the second one have 2 variables, and the last one have just z. So my first equation, just rewrite it. X minus 2y plus z equals 8. So now let's repeat the process. What do you do with 1 and 2? We're going to combine them. X minus 2y plus z equals 8. 2x plus y plus 3z equals 9. And I want to eliminate what? Good. Eliminate the x's. So what am I going to multiply the whole entire top equation by? What kind of 2? Perfect. Negative 2. Everything. So negative 2x, positive 4y, negative 2z equals negative 16. Agreed? Good. So let's eliminate our x's. What's 1y and 4y? Perfect. 5y. Positive 3z minus 2z, just z, equals, what's 9 minus 16? Negative 7. Yes? Okay. So there's my second equation. 5y plus z equals negative 7. Now I want my last equation to say what? Z equals. So that means I have to take 1 and 3. And what variable are we going to eliminate first? What do we always do? Say it again. Yep, eliminate the x. We're going to eliminate the x first. Did I rewrite everything correctly? With my amazing handwriting. All right, if I eliminate the x's, what do I multiply that whole top equation by? Positive 4. So 4x negative 8y plus 4z equals 32. Agreed? Okay. Negative 4x, positive 4x cancels out. 3y minus 8y, negative 5y. 2z and 4z is 6z equals, what's 32 and negative 4? Positive 28, okay. All right, now I remember our goal is to now get something that says z equals. So what do I do with this piece right here and this piece right here? What should I do with them to get it to say z equals? Combine them and eliminate what? Perfect, good job. So I'm going to do it down here. Doesn't matter which one you write first. Negative 5y plus 6z equals 28. Positive 5y plus z equals negative 7. Now, do I have to do anything to eliminate the y's? It's already set up as exact opposites, right? So what happens with negative 5y and positive 5y? It cancels, great. What's 6z plus 1z? 7z equals, what's 28 minus 7? 21. Divide both sides by 7, and z equals? Perfect. So z equals 3. Have I solved? Do I know what my ordered triple is? No. But I have enough information to be able to find that out. I know that z is 3, so I have to find my x value and my y value. So we're going to use back substitution. I'm going to take this 3 and I'll put it right there. So 5y plus 3 equals negative 7. Minus 3 from both sides, correct? 5y equals negative 10. Divide both sides by 5. What is y going to give me? Perfect, negative 2. Now what am I going to do with my y and my z that I just found? Put it into the top one. So x minus 2 times negative 2 plus 3 equals 8. Make sure you're cognizant, aware of your signs. So x, negative 2 is plus 4, plus 3 equals 8. X plus 7 equals 8. Minus 7 from both sides. And what does x equal? 1. So my answer, my ordered triple is 1, negative 2, positive 3. Now, what could I do at this point right here to just say, I wonder if I'm right or not? Yep, plug it back into the original here. You don't have to make it a formal check. You can just use your calculator and plug some numbers in. Just make sure that all three equations are satisfied when you use 1, -2, and 3. Questions? Good talk. Okay, here we go. I got 2 more examples. 2 more examples, and then I'm going to let you guys go. Not for the day, just like not talk anymore to you about this. All right, first rule. What's the rule of solving multivariable linear equations? Make sure the first is positive x. Is it? If, just saying if, guys, I'm just saying this is hypothetical. If this was a negative, I can't move anything anywhere. What could I do to make that a positive 1x? You could multiply everything by -1 if you wanted to, if you needed to. We don't have to in this case. It's already set up for us. So let's get our little brace, bracket thing, whatever. And I'm going to write my first equation is x plus y plus 3z equals 7. So now, same thing. We're going to do the same thing every time. We're going to take 1 and 2 and we're going to combine them. And we're going to eliminate what letter? The x. Good. Did I rewrite everything correctly? Yes? Okay. So if I'm going to eliminate my x's, girls, what do I want to multiply the top by? Perfect. -2. Distribute everywhere. So I have -2x minus 2y minus 6z equals -14. When we combine down, x's cancel. What's a -4 and a -2? -6y, good. +1, -6 gives me -5z equals, what's 7 minus 14? -7, great. So my second equation, we just created it, is -6y minus 5z equals -7. Now I have to get just z equals. That means I have to eliminate 2 variables. That means I'm going to have 2 steps to do it. I'm going to take the first and the third, and I'm going to eliminate my x's. So x plus y plus 3z equals 7, and 3x plus 5y minus 4z equals -6. If I want x's to cancel out, what am I multiplying my top equation by? Perfect, -3. We're going to distribute all the way through. So -3x minus 3y minus 9z equals -21. Everybody with me? Okay, good. So my x's cancel out. I'm left with positive 2y minus 13z equals -27. Right? Are we done? Does this say z equals? No. What do I need to do? I need to combine those 2 to get the y's to cancel out. So again, doesn't matter which one you write on top. -6y minus 5z equals -7. 2y minus 13z equals -27. If I want y's to cancel out, what am I going to multiply the bottom by? Yep, +3. So distribute all the way through. You get 6y. Is that a minus? Yeah. Minus, what is that, 39z equals, what's 3 times -27? So -81. So if my y's are going to cancel out, I feel like we made a mistake somewhere, maybe not. 6y positive 6y, gone. What's -5 and a -39? -44. What's a -81 and a -7? No, we didn't make a mistake. Negative what? -88. All right, well, if I want z by itself, what do? Divide by -44. So z equals how much? How much? What's 88 divided by 44? 2. Is it 2? +2? Okay. So z equals 2. Is that my ordered pair? I'm sorry, not an ordered pair, an ordered triple. No. I know that z is 2, so I have to use back substitution to find x and y. So take this 2 and plug it in. You have negative 6y minus 5 times 2 equals negative 7. Negative 6y minus 10 equals negative 7, right? Add 10 to both sides. Negative 6y equals 3. Yes? So then I have divide by negative 6, and y equals what? Negative 1/2. Oh no, we got a fraction. Should we just stop? No, we're okay. What else can I use besides negative 1/2? I can use 0.5. Okay, guys, and then to find x, the problem, I did this in class, but I rewrote the original equation wrong. So I had the wrong answer, so I'm fixing that for us right now. We're going to say x plus negative 1/2 plus 3 times z was 2 equals 7. So x minus 1/2 plus 6 equals 7. Well, 1/2, negative 1/2 plus 6, I have x plus 5.5, 5.5 equals 7. So we're going to subtract 5.5 from both sides. And x is, not 3, x is 1.5, or x is 3 over 2. So our ordered pair would be x is 3 over 2, y is negative 1/2, and z is 2. So there we go, I fixed that one. Couple things I want to bring to your attention in this one. Couple things I want to bring to your attention, okay? If, guys, if there was not, this is not the case right now, but if this was like this, what would you guys put in place of the y in the second equation? You put a 0. Put a 0y. You always have to account for all of your spaces, so just make sure you guys are aware of that. In this case, though, we don't have any gaps or anything like that, so we don't have to worry about it. Is my first equation a positive 1x? Yep, so we're just going to go about solving this like we normally would. X minus 3y plus z equals 1. If you're more comfortable with writing a 1 in front of the z, a 1 in front of the x, that's fine. It doesn't matter. So we're going to take our first two equations and eliminate our x's. Every single time we're going to do the exact same process. 2x minus y minus 2z equals 2. Even if you guys go to do this and you see like maybe the z's will cancel out or something like that, don't do that. Follow the rules of what we're doing so you guys keep yourself nice and organized. I'm going to multiply my entire top equation by negative 2 because I want my x's to cancel out. So negative 2x plus 6y minus 2z equals negative 2. Everybody with me? What happens with my x's? Cancel. What happens with a negative y and a positive 6y? 5y. What's a negative 2 and a negative 2? Negative 4z equals 2 minus 2 is 0. So there's my second equation. 5y minus 4z equals 0. All right. Now I want the last equation to say what? Remind me again. Z equals. So that means I have to take the first two, eliminate the x's. So x minus 3y plus z equals 1. X plus 2y minus 3z equals negative 1. I want to eliminate the x's. Would you guys agree with me? I can multiply the top and the bottom by a negative 1, yes? No. So I'm just going to do the top. Negative x, this becomes positive 3y. This becomes negative z. This becomes negative 1. Agreed? Okay. So if we eliminate our x's, we get 5y minus 4z equals negative 2. Right? I want my equation to say z equals. So what do I do with this equation and this equation? We're going to combine them. So 5y minus 4z equals 0. 5y minus 4z equals negative 2. If I want the y's to cancel out, what do I have to multiply one of them by? Negative 1. So would you guys agree with me? I can change this into negative 5y plus 4z equals a positive 2. Everybody see how I did that? All right, so let's cancel out the y's. 5y, and this becomes 0. What happens with the z's? Well, they cancel out too, so equals 2. Does this say z equals? No. Read that statement to me. It says what equals what? It says 0 equals 2. Is that ever true? So what would your answer to here be? No solution. Very good. That could happen. If you come out with a statement at the end that says a number equals another number and it's not the same, it's not a true statement, then your answer there would be no solution. Everybody see that? Yes? We got that? All right.